Well, it kind of is an attack here. You know. Well, anyway, now that we have finished the third person, I assume Lady Mage would really be interested in seeing Taka's little section here. So we will do Taka next. So we need more sacks of marbles and recipe books. Just put them all over here. One, two, three. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And good news, all of Taka's statements are one heart. And he likes the garden. So there's Mr. Rigid. Because it will come up very shortly here, there is a reason he is the way he is, and it was gone through in the report cards. But it will come up at the end of this, and you won't have any context for it otherwise. Well, look at him, he's standing freaking stiff as a board. But essentially the way he is... Yeah, look at him, he's stiff as a freaking board. He's standing there like he's got a rod up his spine, man. He's Mr. Rigid. You can't see my face. But anyway, he has a very, very good reason for being the way he is. And I would just say, go watch the video when I post it. But the long and the short of it is his grandfather was God, you keep bringing that up, don't you? His grandfather was at one point Prime Minister of Japan, and he was kind of a didn't really have to try. He was kind of a natural genius, quote unquote. So his lack of having to really apply himself to, achieve, fame and fortune and professional success and all that, led him to get involved in a corruption scandal which kind of tore his name down and left his family, kind of in the dirt about it. So he wants to prove through just sheer force of will and massive effort that he can surpass his grandfather, and thus the whole reason he's the ultimate moral compass is he's like this super hyper-focused, high-effort dude, But you're going to kind of need to know that to understand what's coming at the end of this for him. And to the garden we go. So let's see, he has 3 full heart things here. And the best one here is, look at those chickens. No, we can't eat those chickens.
What does this mean?
Yeah, not exactly what we're really referring to. Yeah, we could probably eat the eggs. We'll get more of them. Nature finds a way, is that what you're trying to say?
Got it.
So he finds a lesson in this. I think she was here for that. I think she was here for his 10 spare uniform talk. So he's happy talking about chickens.
You hear me?
And just as a side note, his final report card entry has you getting invited to his room to study. I will let you do with that what you will. So we have completed Monokuma Adult. That looks just like him, except it has a big zipper in the back.
But hold on.
And a voice. Somebody knocking and wanting out. I don't think Monokuma's happy with this. He just kind of makes sure that none of us are stuck in the bear.
Well now. Hey, hey!
That is a good question. It is a legitimate question.
I got it!
Maybe?
You guys! Yes, indeed.
But, you know, who's in there? Don't know. We're never going to ask.
What are you gonna do?
But we get more tickets, that's good. And now we need the Monokuma Savant. Okay, how close? We need pi calculators, 10 of them. Which means I need light bulbs. Which means I need light bulbs. That's about it. I don't know if I'd call that a GIMP suit. I would hope that isn't all that it takes to make a GIMP suit. So it is just light bulbs? Just light bulbs, that's all I'm missing. Okay. Let's see, yeah. There we go. And Taka was the one that gave me the most trouble during my test runs to get his innermost thoughts. So hopefully he does not continue that trend here. Yeah, his family's name was kind of insinuated that his family's name was kind of drugged through the mud because of his grandfather. Yeah, same one, but it's still worth a full heart.
What does this mean?
So we're just going to get the same exact talking here.
You hear me?
This... Okay. Yes, indeed. Now then.
Yes, you can hug Taka. We will let you hug Taka all you want. He could probably use a good hug. See me, I would just get a Velcro emblem and stick it on whatever shirt I had at the time. Boy, we're getting that phrase a lot.
What does this mean? Got it! You hear me?
He's not being very varied in his questions. Which, I mean, it's him, so... Variation is not something he's probably overly fond of. Ah, look at those chickens! That's new.
You hear me?
By watching... well, not really. I wouldn't assume so. They're just chickens, man.
In other words...
Yeah, sure. Totally get that chance.
You hear me?
Okay.
Everybody's in good shape. Excellent. And the Monokuma Savant is complete. So we're in pretty good shape there. Okay, so back to needing marbles, books, and medicine. Kiyotaka is wound just a little too tight. Him snapping is... it's a scary proposition. Look at the chickens again.
You hear me? In other... Ha! Ha 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 ha! You hear me?
Okay then.
I honestly can't see him as the mastermind.
How are you? Isn't that wonderful? See ya later!
Yeah, I don't recall seeing him go with dark eyes. And here come all the level 9 cleanings. It is now for gathering, sorry. It has finally happened. Everybody levels up pretty much at once. Do I get the finals phrase? Nope. Not this time.
You hear me? In other words... Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! You hear?
With Hero, you'd probably have to pay that much, if not more.
Okay.
Hero is a jerk of the highest caliber. It will make more sense once if you get around to viewing the full videos, but it will make sense how much of a jerk he really is. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, after you finish all of his report card stuff, Hero pretty much becomes the worst person in the game. Pretty much. And it's not really even close. Ah, finally, his final phrase! Want to walk around a bit.
Listen to me!
He's happy to walk around. Hero is just stupid. That's all there is. Hero just, OD'd on the stupid pills.
You hear me?
He would be an avid Pokemon Go player, I think. If he likes walking that much.
You hear me?
Was that 6 or 7?
This is a school announcement. Okay. Isn't that wonderful? See ya.
How close are we? So he is up to 7. That's cool.
Well,
We're gonna be close, but we should have just enough days to get full on 5 different characters.
You hear me? In other words... Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! You hear me?
Maybe you might want to refresh the page if the buffering's getting that bad.
okay then. Sweet dreams.
Let's do it!
Okay, do we get his inner thoughts now? I hate the randomness of this. Ah, good! We get his inner thoughts. We get his definite inner thoughts this time. Doesn't solve anything to confide in people, but still he wants someone to listen. But whenever he does start talking, I just end up forcing my own beliefs, values, and myself on them. Is it fair of me to do something like that? But Makoto's like me, right? He has an ultimate talent. So maybe because it's him, am I allowed to impose? Or am I just being unforgivably selfish? So now we've got to affirm something here. Even though, remember, he's not saying this, he's just thinking it. So we finally get to do an affirmation here, instead of just negating everything.
I got it!
Yeah, so what is wrong with it? Yeah, this is the first one where he's like, I wasn't saying anything. What are you talking about? It is just talking, dude. Yeah.
What is this?
Sorcery! Something like that.
You hear me?
Yeah, it's ongoing. See, Anonymous, you have that backwards. School mode was developed either at the same time or after Danganronpa 2, and they pulled it from Danganronpa 2 to here. That's kinda how the school mode came about. The school mode wasn't there originally. Just letting him know that friends can listen to each other.
What is this?
So really, he is looking... Makoto ends up being the only person he feels he can relate to, outside of Mondo. He really didn't have anyone else he thought he could relate to at this school. Which makes the whole Mondo, becoming the killer thing just that much more soul-crushing for him.
You hear me?
This is a school announcement.
The Loud Brothers died to instill despair.
Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone.
That's why. So we have a Monokuma Savant. Let's see what Monokuma thinks of the Savant.
Hey, hey!
It's got 3 heads. And it's reading a book. Three heads and it's reading a book. That's the idea of the Monokuma Savant.
Hey!
Well, that's what you get, man. so it could multitask.
Hey, what are you thinking?
What is this thing? That's exactly what Monokuma's asking.
Bear it!
So now it's going to argue with itself.
Unbelievable. Yes, indeed. What are you gonna do?
So now we get 9 trip tickets for this last bit. Where the last one is also written kind of in stone here. We always get Warlock Kuma for the last one.
How are you?
Which is why I was building up so much freaking paint and such.
Isn't that wonderful?
And he gives us more Rad Bowls.
See ya
Which I think we probably have enough Rad Bowls to last us the rest of the, We need Greek statues and secret books of poems. Okay, I need 23 more books of poems, which means I need 23 more marbles. No, we don't have a problem, actually. Shouldn't. Because we get more tickets when we finish Warlock Kuma. We have 9 between now and Warlock Kuma, then we get a few more. So no problem. So what else? Just the marbles. That's all I really need at this point, is just a whole bunch of marbles. Yeah, they put a ton of references on the little blackboard. Not enough marbles. I believe I have to meet with Taka one more time to lock in his final thing. Yep, I'm only at 9. Happy Taka sprite, though.
Well?
But this will be the final, final Taka scenario here. So, I leave it to you guys. Who is our last one for this trip? Oh, and we get to do this again. We have to pull out his innermost thoughts again. It's the same. Anyone but Hero. So we can do any of them. Do we want Asahina or do we want Sakura?
You hear me?
same thoughts, you know. Like I said, it's random whether you get that one.
What? You hear me?
This is a school announcement.
Why DR2 music? Because they could.
Okay then.